Welcome back to Warpath and Wilderness, where the clash of nations collides with the ruthlessness of nature, and survival becomes the ultimate battlefield. Picture this. It's 1942. I'm not just fighting an enemy army, I'm fighting the jungle itself. Around me, a wall of green blots out the sun. The ground squelches under my boots, and every breath feels like drawing in soup. Insects swarm my face. Leeches find their way into places I'd rather not mention. And somewhere out there, soldiers are hunting me. This was the Pacific Theater in World War II. The Solomon Islands, New Guinea, the Philippines. For thousands of us, survival wasn't about medals or glory. It was about seeing another sunrise in a place that feels designed to kill. Let's talk terrain. The islands were more than just battlefields. They were living weapons. The jungle didn't just block movement, it erased it. Visibility dropped to just a few feet. Thick canopy killed radio signals. Swamps swallowed you up to the waist. Rivers appeared out of nowhere, hiding hungry saltwater crocodiles. It was over 100 degrees with humidity that clung like a second skin. My uniform never dried. Sometimes it just rotted on me. Boots fell apart. But that was just discomfort. The real threat was what the moisture did to the body. Soldiers were knocked out by fungal infections, immersion foot, and jungle rot. In some sectors, disease took out more of us than enemy bullets. The Japanese, though, were on home turf. They didn't see the jungle as hostile. They saw it as an ally. That perspective shaped every fight. With supply lines stretched across oceans, rations and gear didn't always make it. I had to improvise, becoming part soldier, part survivalist. Navigation wasn't about maps. They were useless. I learned to read the jungle itself. I watched water flow, studied which plants grew where and, when the canopy allowed, navigated by the stars. Shelter was more than just a place to sleep. A lean-to, built from palm fronds, could mean the difference between rest and disaster. I had to pick the right spot, hidden, protected, never giving away my position. Every shelter was both a refuge and a defensive post. Water was everywhere, but almost none of it was safe to drink. I learned to find coconuts, to spot vines that held water, to rig up rain catchers with whatever I had. Food meant thinking like a hunter, not a soldier, spotting edible plants, fishing with makeshift nets, setting traps, or just remembering what I'd learned at home. Movement in the jungle was an art. The Japanese had mastered it, moving silently, using the terrain like a cloak. I learned to do the same. I broke up my outline with leaves and mud, moved during animal activity to mask my presence, and placed every footstep with care. Sometimes I'd be just 50 yards away from the enemy, and they'd have no idea I was there. Navigation meant constant alertness. I made stick coordinates marking the angles of key features and tracked my way through what looked like endless, identical green. I left subtle signs only my own side would recognize, a code to lead lost soldiers home. And then there was the mind. The jungle wasn't just hard on the body, it was a test of willpower. The sounds, groans, screeches, an endless chorus of the unknown could make a man feel utterly alone. Panic was the real enemy. The ones who survived longest were those who built routine, set tiny goals, and found ways to hear the human voice, even if it meant talking, singing, or praying to themselves. The men who fought here left more than battle stories. They built the knowledge that every modern survivalist now draws from. Terrain is intelligence, patience is power, improvisation trumps doctrine when nature turns hostile. If you want more stories where the warpath meets the wilderness, subscribe to Warpath and Wilderness. Like, share, and join me as I explore the lessons of the past. Lessons carved out of desperation, refined by survival, and as relevant today as ever.